Okay, guys. Uh, I did this video a long time ago, a while back, with a different autism test. It took me a freaking while to figure out where the heck some of these, like, autism tests are at, according to some of these VTubers that I've seen. So we're gonna, like, try to speed run it through it. So, I guess, let's just get started. Um, okay, I get obsessed with certain topics or activities. Yes. I have trouble switching my focus to new tasks when I'm interested in something. And before you guys get all freaky about it, I don't know how to turn on dark mode. On my on what is it called? Uh, I guess my Google search bar. I don't know. It's weird. I think it's a Yahoo. I think it's a Yahoo that turned from a Google. So don't roast me too hard. I have trouble switching my focus to new tasks when I'm interested in something very much. I often talk about my favorite topics even when others aren't interested. Duh. I get really absorbed in my interests. Yes, very much so. Wait, I've been through like Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been through dinosaurs. I've been through Godzilla. Kind of still interested in Godzilla though. Let's be honest, because I've been a fangirl for that long a time. For the longest time. So yeah. I think about my favorite topics almost all the time. Kind of. My voice lacks intonation and sounds monotone. Nobody's ever pointed that out for me, but I'm gonna, for safety, I don't know. Nobody's mentioned that to me, so I'm gonna say kind of agree. I often misunderstand my tone of voice. Um, what? I never really pay attention to my voice. Not really. I have difficulty changing the tone of my voice to fit the situation. That kind of has been a thing. I've been told that I speak in a flat or robotic manner. I wouldn't say flat. My speech is often described as emotionless. Yes, definitely. Loud noises make me extremely uncomfortable. I wouldn't say uncomfortable, I would say most likely annoying. So, yeah. I cover my ears to avoid certain sounds. I think we could all agree that scratching your nails on a chalkboard is probably freakishly annoying. Anything else? I haven't really been around any kind of weird noises. But from the ones that I've been through, like say for instance the alarm from the fire alarm that you hear with like a school alarm drills or something like that. I used to boss those. I would be like literally directly underneath the fire alarm drill. It would make its loud noise, and I would just like not cover my ears for that one and just like boss right through it. Did I find it annoying? I weirdly enough, I found it soothing. So I haven't really heard any kind of weird sounds that I find like annoying. So I'm gonna, just for safety reasons, I'm gonna say that. I avoid places with too much noise. Very much. I get easily distracted by background noise. Duh. I hate the sound of alarms or sirens. I find it soothing. I find it hard to start conversations. Very much. I struggle with understanding social cues or body language. Kind of. Not really too much, but I kind of. I find group settings overwhelming. I have difficulty making and maintaining friendships. Um, if it's a small group of friends, yes. But recently, I haven't. Look, here's the thing, guys. I don't have any friends outside of work. So, I guess maybe very much. I don't enjoy social gatherings or parties. Mm, very much. I feel anxious in new or unfamiliar situations. I don't get excited, but then again, I don't get that anxious. So I'm kind of like, we're right there. My anxiety prevents me from doing things I want to do. What? My anxiety prevents me from doing things I want to do. Kind of. I often feel nervous for no obvious reason. Mm. Like, there's certain situations where I find it, like, my skepticism goes on full alert. So, but that's only situational, though. So, no. I have specific rituals to cope with my anxiety. Would gaming be a ritual? Maybe. I worry excessively about things that might happen in the future. Yes. I have trouble with tasks that require good hand-eye coordination. Not really. I frequently bump into things or trip over my own feet. Yeah. I find it hard to learn new physical skills. Kind of. My movements can be stiff and awkward. Not. I haven't noticed it. I struggle to find. I struggle with fine motor skills like handwriting or tying shoelaces. No. I avoid making eye contact when talking with people. Not all the time, but more often than not. I find eye contact uncomfortable or stressful. I've been told that my eye contact is unusual or awkward. Yes. Maintaining eye contact feels very intense for me. I find it difficult to understand the importance of eye contact. The way I interpret eye contact is to get into a fight with somebody. Like I don't usually make eye contact with somebody until like I want to get into a physical confrontation with somebody. So yeah. I have specific movements I make when I'm stressed or excited. Uh, I haven't um, I haven't noticed it, but I think they do. I fidget with my hands or objects when I'm nervous. Yes. I make repetitive motions like hand flapping or rocking. Um, I would say hand flapping or rocking. I would say kind of like picking my lips, the skin off my lips, or fidgeting with the cuticles on my nails. Uh, Whether it be my feet or my hands. Uh, but motions. I have certain gestures I make without thinking. Yes, I've been noticing that lately. I twitch or have tics that I can't control. Yes. I sometimes feel like I'm attacking people. Like I sometimes feel like attacking people. Depending on the situation. So, yeah. I get aggressive when I'm frustrated or stressed. Yes. I've been told that I have a short temper. Yes. I have difficulty controlling my aggressive impulses. When I was younger, yes. Nowadays, not really. I act out physically when I'm angry. Very much. I often feel hopeless or worthless. Okay. Um, yeah. I lack motivation to do things I used to enjoy. Very much. I have thoughts of self-harm or suicide. When I was younger, yes. Nowadays, no. I feel isolated or and disconnected from others. Yes. I experience periods of intense sadness. Mm, but how often, though? Well, it's not very often I do it, but it does happen. I like to do the same things over and over and over again. Kind of. I get upset if my routine is disrupted, very much so. I engage in rituals that I feel compelled to complete. Kind of. I have certain habits that I can't easily break. I mean, I can start breaking them, but it's just like it's the consistency that I have an issue with. So, kind of. I find comfort in repeating specific actions or phrases. I remember doing that when I was younger. Nowadays, not so much. Probably like there. I focus intensely on specific interests to the exclusion of everything else. Yes. I collect information about my interests in a highly organized manner. I wouldn't say highly, but more organized than what people think that typically do. I talk about my specific interests for hours. I've noticed that I try to pay attention to when I'm talking about something, and like during my live streams, you know what? Yes, I want to engage in activities related to my interests. People would call me selfish a lot of the times because I want to just do the things that I want to do. So, yes. My interests don't change much over time. They kind of do. Oh, wow. Wow, cool, guys. Your total score on the autism spectrum test is 1026. Restricted interests. Wow. Fixations. Whoa, I'm really fixated on a lot of things. Social difficulty, duh. Noise sensitivity, not too bad. But the aggression part, wow. Aggression is 92. Depression is 76. Repetitive behavior 84. Interest 92. Fixations 98. Flat speech 94. Wow. Noise sensitivity 80. Is that low? Social difficulty 98. Anxiety 92. Motor issues 46. That's the lowest one. Eye contact 94. Tics and fidgets 80. Damn. What does that mean, 1026? Average score is 807. Guys, I'm really autistic, aren't I? Guys, I'm really fucking autistic, aren't I? Wow. Okay, well, um, damn. I'm screwed, aren't I? Uh, um, damn. So I'm not a very sociable person. I think I just have a lot of more people hate me. How many subscribers did I just lose right now? Request got the button. Have a good one.